right, I'll be going live in just a moment. Just setting up the screen. Yep. I'll be right there. I think I need to get a more quiet keyboard. This was the most expensive keyboard Best Buy had, believe it or not. Well, perhaps not the most expensive, but it was up there. Okay, I think we're done. I've finished configuring the screen. So we got some news to cover. Silver took a nice jump. What was it? I think yesterday, and I'll get into the details. I'm just kind of finishing up the configuration of the screens. But silver took a nice jump today. I'm pretty impressed. Normally, so let's just go into it right now. I'll say hello to a few people. Polo One, thank you so much for being here. I certainly hope I'm coming in loud and clear. I could improve my lighting, right? So that's a name I haven't seen for. That's a new name, Polo One. Thank you for joining us. JK Pioneer and Pristine Green. Nightmare, another new name I haven't seen before. Hello to you. It's funny, I had a weird freaking dream yesterday. Last night. Talking about nightmares, just freaking lately. I don't know where my mind is. Edgewater Heating and Daddy Silverbuck 78. Yo, yo, yo. Nathan Swoofs. I think Daddy Silverbucks, every time he tunes in, he just says, yo, yo. Lord Humongous, the Anatola of Rock and Rolla in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Dave B. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. I think we should just say the original one. Go F off, or what was it? Go F yourself, Joe Biden. I prefer that one. That way, because somebody with his cognitive decline probably doesn't even understand Brandon. He can't really connect the dots. So you got to speak as directly to the subject matter as possible to somebody with a decaying brain. I hate him. And little good news about him, because his aide that assisted him over in Sweden, I think it was, and I'll cover that news as well, turned out to have COVID. There's a chance he might croak. Catch the COVID and croak. Russell Wade, thank you so much for being here. And Mark B. B as in Bravo. Thank you so much for being here. I'm in an awfully good mood. I took the day off. I just couldn't see myself going to work, you know. It's one of those things. So, little Berkey water here. So, I'm going to switch screens here. We're going to take a look at the gold and silver market, if you don't mind. Okay, so I hope you can see it. So gold is up as well. Gold is up 1.2. I can't even speak right now. I think I need another cup of coffee or start. It is getting right around noon, so it is time to maybe crack open a bottle of beer or something. One of the two, either more coffee or alcohol. So gold is up 1.28% as of right now. That's equivalent to $23.80. What else? Silver. Its asking price is now $24.19. That's 1.37%. Up 32 cents from yesterday. And to me, silver doesn't really do those kinds of bumps, not normally. So in my opinion, this is a pretty nice jump. It was under $24 yesterday, $24.90, 24 high 80s, somewhere in there. So I'm going to keep monitoring this and see where it's going to go. I ordered a couple of tubes of silver, each one 20 rounds. Ordered the Eagles. Ordered some more Eagles. And you know the older style? I prefer those, so I got some older style. I say older style because obviously the new ones came out. I don't like the new style. I don't even own one, but from the images I see on screen, I just decided to just order the originals. So hopefully those will arrive within 2 weeks. So that'll be 40 more to add to the stack of silver. All right. So was everybody able to see that silver chart okay? Did I set up the screen right? Air Mac Full, greetings from Luxembourg. Thank you so much. Coors Banquet. I like the old Eagle as well. Again, I need to go and buy one of the new ones and see it. It looks, you got to admit, when you take a look at a coin on Google Images and you get it in your hands, it kind of does look a little different. So I will order one of these days, one of the new ones, and I'll see what I really like. But as of now, I'm staying with the tried and true original 1 ounce silver Eagles. So I ordered 2 tubes, as I said. Hopefully within 2 weeks they'll be here at my door. So let's take a look at some news. Some of it is actually kind of funny. So yeah, Anonymous, I normally don't disclose my silver stack size. I really don't. It's nice. It's a, but it is what it is. Dooku HLSD, thank you so much. So let's take a look at a little bit of good news. Some of it is actually funny. First, before I cover the news, let's take a look at cryptos. Cryptos are kind of a mixed bag. Bitcoin actually took a little slump. It's down 18% in the last 24 hours, but it's up for the 1 hour by 24%, or I should say 0.24% of a percent. And that shoots it at what? Almost 61, 195 per Bitcoin. Shiba, everybody's telling me to go get some Shiba. It's right here. It's what is that? 1,000? No, 5. Yeah, is it 1,000 or 5/10,000ths of a penny? I don't know. It's 0.00005. And XRP, let's just go to XRP because everybody's telling me that shot up and I don't see anything significant. It's still sitting at 1.16 cents. It's showing in the 7-day range of 7.4 up, 7.4% up, which is not bad, but it's still floating around that $1.15. I see it go down to $1.13, then back up to $1.17, then back down to $1.16. I just wanted to get over 120. One of these days, get over 120. I heard there's a new partnership with XRP and somebody. I'll be doing some research after this live stream, but it's supposed to be significant. So significant, the price really didn't change much. I want to show you something. We're going to go to Gateway Pundit. I like this news thing. I like that's. Didn't I just sound like Joe Biden? You know the thing. You know the thing. Gateway Pundit, news source. I like the news outlet here. I like the layout of the screen. I can scroll down and look at various news articles on one page. Take a sip of some water. So, aide who accompanied Joe Biden to Scotland tests positive for COVID-19. So, are we saying Joe has a chance of catching COVID and croaking? I, for one, am praying. Who else? They just found out up to 14,000 Americans are stranded in Afghanistan. Up to 14,000. So the numbers are coming in. What else? Obviously, FBI arrests Igor Dichenko, analyst who contributed to the garbage steal dossier. That's all coming out. 4 years of trying to squash Trump, and everybody was saying it's a lie, it's a lie. And it's turning out it is a lie. It was a lie. Now, this is funny and should not be unexpected. Shenanigans were going on in New Jersey during the elections. The last evening, again, during the evening, after everybody should have gone home, the Democrats found 40,000 ballots, all Democrat-signed ballots. That's how they won. Barely won. They cheated and barely won. To segue into this, breaking. I'm right here, right there. Well, I'm lawsuit filed against Michigan's dishonest Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson. Legal group found nearly 26,000 potentially dead voters on the voter roll. 4,000 dead for at least 20 years. I'll let that sink in for a minute. 26,000 potentially dead. Right there is where I'm at. Right there, right there, right there. 4,000 of them have been dead for at least 20 years. In the past, when they found one or two dead people still voting, you can call it a computer glitch or the records weren't updated yet. They just died 6 months ago. I can live with that. But 26,000 potentially dead voters and 4,000 dead for 20 years? This is not an update issue. This has nothing to do about records being updated or they just passed away. These people are kept purposefully on the voter list. I can guarantee you all 26,000 of those potential voters and the 4,000 dead for at least 20 years probably all got mail-in ballots. They all mailed in their ballots. And that's how they're winning. The news will have you convinced of an illusion that your values are a minority, when in fact they are a majority, but because the majority of news outlets are telling you the opposite, you tend to believe them. And then another news article, impeachable offense. Joe Biden abandoned thousands of Americans and as many as 14,000 in Afghanistan. I'm repeating myself, but that is a different news article. Political prisoners denied haircuts and communion if they did not take the vaccine. And spitefully, they found pubic hair in their lunch, their chili they had that day. Talk about, you got to wonder if this is actually the mark of the beast. As silly as it sounds, is it? This hard push for everybody to get it? It's funny, I read the Bible and it said, I believe I'm correct on the number. Only, according to the Bible, only 188,000 would be entering into heaven. So I'm wondering, is that 188,000 the people who will be left over and not have taken this vaccine? Who knows? So you know how they always say, you can declare yourself a female, male, whatever you want to identify yourself. Gender, it doesn't mean nothing. Male MMA fighter beats the snot out of a female MMA fighter. Good. There's your proof. And I'm not into hitting women, but hey, you want to prove a scientific theory of yours. Male against female. Boom, he beat the snot out of her and served her right, because she is probably one of those leftist nut jobs who actually believes this. I can guarantee you, after she wakes up in the hospital, her first thing would be to call a lawyer that he abused his manhood on her. I can guarantee you it'll go something like that. What else before I cut the news out? I'm really hopeful on this Joe Biden thing. I'm hoping that he catches COVID and sees how worthless the vaccines are. Other than that, I really don't think I really want to cover more news. I'm pretty disgusted with what I'm seeing in the news. Let's get the normal screen back on. And there I am. Lord Humongous, my AR-15 identifies as a fishing rod also. Yeah. Right there. Right there. It's a fishing rod. I go fishing with it. Tony 915, thank you so much for joining the live stream. I really appreciate it. You're only getting Eagles anymore, or still bars like you used to? So I like the bars, but I couldn't find the bars I liked. I'm into the Sunshine Mint bars. They didn't have the 10-ounce bars. Potential spam. That's how the potential spam just says it right there. Potential spam. I guarantee you, the phone companies, they swear they'll never hand out your data. I guarantee you they're handing out your data. They're collecting your freaking phone bill money, and they're selling your phone numbers. They're double dipping because it's just amazing. And they're allowing this to happen. It's funny, they can cut out all the fake news from the internet. Facebook accounts being deleted, YouTube accounts being deleted, Twitter accounts being deleted, presidents being shut down out of Twitter, but they can't stop spam. Bullshit. So again, I couldn't find my favorite bars. Those are the 10-ounce Sunshine Man at the time of my ordering. And I know myself with money. I decided just to spend the damn money on Silver Eagles before I allocated the money into something I really didn't need. And I'm guilty of that sometimes. I walk into a Best Buy, I got to have that camera, that stereo equipment, and those speakers. I'm like that. I'm a kid at heart. Lab 4, hello. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad, Dooku. That's how I was just trying to confirm whether I set it up, and it looks like I set it up correctly. Yeek River Rancher. Hello to you also, sir. Crypto. Okay. I don't think Lord Humongous likes cryptos, but hey, each their own. I've taken a liking to the Sunshine Mint Silver Bar, still holding my ADA. I'll move one day. A little more water here. Digital illusions. No, I beg to differ. I just cashed in some Digibyte. Was no illusion would hit my bank account. And like I said, a lot of people dislike me because I'm also diversifying into cryptos. But when I just cashed out, I did two things with it. First thing was to buy those tubes of silver. I told you, if I can make money here, reinvest it back into silver, I would. And I paid off some debt. Was no illusion. It worked out very, very nicely for me. Lord Humongous. Appreciate your opinion, though. Imperfect citizen. You know what's an illusion is the dollar. Do I have one on me? Hold on a second. Let me show you something here. Let me show you something here. This is just of an illusion as cryptos. Okay? Just of an illusion. This is paper. This is not money. You know what this represents? Just digits, zeros and ones on a computer screen. This is a marker. This is not money. This is a marker, and that is it. There's nothing money about this. This normally decays. It devalues over time. And never, ever have I seen it increase in purchasing power in the years that I've been alive. Oh, it might increase here and there, a penny or two, if another country's currency takes a shit. But in whole, this doesn't increase in value. I've seen this increase in value. I've seen all my silver increase in value. And not just by pennies. Because I remember when I was buying silver in the $14 range. What is it now? It's $24. What was it in the beginning of the year? It was $28. So I've seen it. It's proven. It's got a proven track record all the way to the beginning of the Bible. I don't see this in any Bible. So to me, I even put cryptos above cash. I really do. I put cryptocurrencies above cash. And obviously I put this above cryptos. Long term. But that's just an opinion. We're all friends here. It's just a marker. Zeros and ones, computer programming, simple computer programming, zeros and ones of what you have in the bank. The White House is too busy running their own live reality weekend at Bernie's show. What a train wreck. I like to also add to that. They put out a 3,000 page, it was actually over 3,000 page spending bill yesterday. And they told everybody, hey, we'll be voting on that tomorrow. Who the hell can read a 3,000 page bill overnight? Overnight plus a day. That's the equivalent of reading the Bible. I have to double check that, but you're not going to just read that 3,000 page overnight, okay? And they purposely do this. Don't you notice that? It seems like every bill, they'll throw out some kind of convoluted bill and say you only have so many hours to read it. They know you're not going to read it. They hope you're not going to read it. So Dave B, thank you so much. Yeah, they're running a weekend in Bernie's, definitely. And I hope that guy croaks. I think I can say that. I hope he croaks. I hope he catches COVID from his aide that assisted him over in Sweden or wherever the hell he was. He don't even know where he was. If you ask him, he probably thinks he was in bed all weekend. He fell asleep at the G8 summit. How humiliating. And then what he's doing, he's sleeping. His slumber was interrupted by applause. So what does he do? Like he heard everything, like he understood everything. He just a perfect copycat to whatever's going around. He just blends in. He's a chameleon. They all are. Freaking piece of garbage. Jason Lee, guitar instruments. Hey, Pittsburgh here. I go fishing with my new Kimber. Actually, Kimbers are sweet, aren't they? I wish I can afford one. That is a nice... I like Kimbers. Who else? Imperfect Citizen. Any opinions on gold bills? So I have 2 gold bills. Can I just say I'm not all that impressed? If we're speaking the same thing, it looks like and it's gold lined. I'm not impressed. If that's what we're talking about, I think I own 2 of them. I don't see it going anywhere. And frankly, the amount of gold that's on the bill, you can. I think, in my opinion, it was just a fad. In my opinion. Walled Tanglers. What's up, Mr. Overtax? Thank you so much for being here. I'm doing really good. I'm having a good day. I got my fishing rod right there. It self-identifies as a Daiwa fishing rod with a Shimano reel on it. So I got my fishing rod back there. I feel protected. Got Iron Man up there, right there. Iron Man. I got Mr. Trump backing me up. Bobblehead Mr. Trump. Silver Eagle right there. I'm doing good. Looking Star Wars lightsaber right there. I'm doing really good. As you can tell. Kamala Harris wants your guns. I don't even want to go there. It disgusts me. And you have all these people. All right, I'm not going to go there. Overtax, I want to wish you a happy Veterans Day in advance. Thank you for serving, brother. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be in the Army. It really was. I went into the Army at the very bare minimum legal age at the time. I think it was like 16. I was almost 17. I don't even recall. But I'm going to be honest with you folks. I never served wartime. So I really don't deserve any kind of... I don't deserve a thank you from anybody. And I think the people that deserve thank yous are the people who served and that sort of thing. So I don't want to... I put in 8 years, but never had to serve in a war, thankfully. But so I appreciate your thoughts, though. I don't want to take credit where credit's not due, or I'll do it Biden's way. I don't want to take credit where credit's not due. Thank you over here. I really do appreciate your thoughts. Maverick, good. Hello. Bit crazy. Afternoon overtax and everyone who knows the truth. Bit crazy. Thank you so much for being here. Debonair Dylan. Oh, you were right. Once my friend had a 10-ounce bar of silver, he was hooked. I told you so. It's one thing to take a look at silver, a picture of it. It's another thing to hold it in your hand, especially if you hold some weight. And I always tell everybody who's new to stacking, take it out of the capsule, hold it, feel it, touch it. Obviously, don't don't mark up your silver, but your first few coins, touch them, feel them, put the raw metal in your hand, jingle them together, listen to the sound, enjoy the weight, enjoy the feel. That's pure, as close to pure silver, or gold for that matter, as the majority of the Earth's population has ever felt before. Majority of the Earth's population doesn't even know what it's like to hold 3 nines or 4 nines. They don't know what it's like to hold a bar of gold or a coin of gold. Oh, they know their 14 karat jewelry that they got at the fucking mall. Excuse my language. The majority of people, they don't know what this stuff is. They don't. They're just, as a matter of fact, you can go around the mall and offer them this. They probably would turn it down. You could walk around the mall and try to sell this for $2. You will never separate them from their $2. That is their God. Thank you so much, Debonair Dylan, and over here, Lord, first time I heard that good description, computer prison. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate everybody being here, especially on a Friday. And by the way, can I ask everybody a favor? No, I don't want to borrow your car keys, and I don't want to borrow your favorite tools. They'll probably not get returned. Every time I loan out a damn tool, it never gets returned, or I see it about 6 months later. If I'm doing an okay job, I need your feedback. If I'm doing an okay job, give me a thumbs up. If I'm not doing so well, give me a thumbs down. But either way, for the Census Bureau, let me know how I'm doing. Yeah, they don't want anybody to read that bill. They don't. To clarify, by gold bills, I was referring to products like the 1/20th ounce goldback. Well, that's what I was referring to. I got 2 of them. And I'm just not all that impressed. Yeah, they're called goldbacks. That's, now that you mentioned that, I got 2 of them. You're going to have people that disagree with me, obviously. In my opinion, it's not something I would collect. I don't see it going anywhere. I don't see local coin shops really wanting to buy those. I mean, they might buy them, but they're not gonna give you what you think its value is truly at. I really don't believe that. In my opinion, it was just a fad. Let's put it this way. If I had a choice between a 20th of an ounce goldback or a 20th of an ounce gold coin, I'll take the gold coin. Hands down, every time. I would probably take the 20th ounce gold coin over 2 goldbacks weighing that same amount. It's just, one person likes vanilla, one likes chocolate. That's how it is. You're not going to change the other person's mind. Gold and silver up 2 days in a row. Awesome. Yeah, I just covered that in the beginning of this live stream. If you just tuned in, silver took a nice jump. I was pretty impressed with the jump. Pelosi looks nuts. Somebody at my front door. Do I have to take out my fishing rod? I will. Unless it's the Amazon man. I'm in a weird mood today. I'll let the Amazon man live. Berkey water. Yeah, she is a freaking nut job, Pelosi. She looks like a freaking white raisinette. Yeah, I don't like her. Can you imagine waking up as a guy? I'm a visual guy. I like my, can you imagine waking up next to her and rolling over? Oh, shit. Not me. I'd rather live alone. Who else? Yeah, she looks like she's 90 proof, right? Embalming fluid. She looks like she was injected with freaking embalming fluid. Glad to hear that. Thanks for your great content. I appreciate it, Walt. I really do. I really do. Thank you for your willingness to go to war for us. Again, I would have, but I didn't. I don't want to take credit, and I don't want anybody to think I did anything that I. Well, you know what I put. You know what I mean. Blah blah blah. Do you think the youth of America would be willing to stand up for the Constitution? No. As a matter of fact, you got the youth of America in line to take the vaccine. Not only are they in line to take the vaccine, they're in line to take the freaking booster shot, and they can't wait to take the second booster shot. It's like a transfusion for them. Liberal transfusion. That liberal shit in them. And this fucking face diaper, mouth diaper, as a friend calls it at work, it is the new American flag. This face covering, that diaper, that's the new American flag. And if you don't wear it, you're not a patriot, or what they consider a patriot. So no, they're too busy shaving their eyebrows and reclassifying their gender. No, they wouldn't. I mean, there are some good people out there, and but I do think the good people, especially our youth, I think the majority of our youth has been reprogrammed. So the remaining folks, yeah, they're going to stand up. But what the military is putting good people through, making them get vaxxed now, making them read this propaganda bullcrap, leaving them behind in Afghanistan. Should they stand up for the Constitution? Because I'll tell you what, they might get left in Afghanistan next. I don't know anymore. Maybe the war is really here. There's no need to join the military so they can ship you somewhere else. That is none of our business anyway. I believe the problem now is here. We used to go overseas to fight our enemy. Folks, our enemy is now here. We've been overrun. They now occupy the offices. There's no need for them to sign up and put their hand on a Bible right now. Now, I'm not saying that we should go to violence. I'm just saying the problem is here, and we need to work on our problem through whatever legal channels there are. That's what I'm saying. Just in case the FBI is watching right now, I don't want them to think that I'm telling you to go get your fishing rods. I don't regret buying a hand-poured 1 kilo silver bar. That would be freaking cool. I don't think I have any hand-poured bars, that is. Someone sent me a hand-poured medallion, I think. That was pretty cool. So over here, I at this point in time, I appreciate your question, but who knows anymore? Lord Humongous, I agree with your statement about some of the youth. Most are brainwashed. I agree with you. No doubt about that. That's the point I was trying to make. I just saw your comment. Best part of my life was serving in the United States Air Force. Proud and lucky to have been called an airman. I would have to say the best part of my life, my youth, my young adulthood was serving in the Army. I had a blast. I got to travel. I got to. I went in as a teenager and came out a man because I was in there for 8 years. I met tons of people, and it was just great. It really was good. It was so good that after I, what is it called? The DD-214? I forget. I got my parting papers. I was I got out, honorable discharge. I went back in. I think at 39, I went to go re-up. That's how much I missed it. And they wouldn't take me because something about I was too old or something. I was on that cusp of 40 years old. At the time, they didn't want to take me. And I could have sworn nowadays they're taking people older than 40, but back then they weren't. There was not a desperate need, I guess. But so they turned me down because I was too old at 40. Other than that, I would have gone back in. I really would. I really enjoyed it. I felt, I don't know, I just felt like I belonged. That's the best way I can say it. I just felt like I was amongst brothers and sisters. I was amongst real family. That's how I felt when I was in the military. Brad Wade, you're the king of Brad Wade, you're the king of Gingling. I don't know what that means. Gingling. Is it something I should Google? It sounds kind of sissy-ish. Gingling? I don't want to be the king of Ginglings. What's a Gingling? Hello, everyone. How's it going? Almost 20,000 subs for another overtaxed taxpayer. Spectacular. Thank you so much. I'm trying to reach 20,000. It's like, I don't know if I'm being shadow banned from all the news I've been saying, but I can't seem to get it there. I'm trying. And I know I keep getting emails. Well, just offer free silver. And people just say, I'm offering this free silver, and all you need to do is subscribe. That's kind of cheating, That's kind of cheating. I didn't really earn the 20,000 subs if I offer free silver. Isn't that like buying votes? No, I'm not going to buy votes. I might do a giveaway after I reach 20K. But I'm not going to pay for the 20K. I want to earn it fair and square. Spectacular. Thank you so much. Please, everybody, go and check his channel out. Over here, he did his hand-to-hand as a correctional officer at Rikers Island. Wow. I was a volunteer. Yeah, I went in. Again, I forgot what the bare minimum age was. Matter of fact, I had a hard childhood. I actually had to leave home very early and kind of live a little bit on the streets for a while. So I went to go enlist because that's not the life path I wanted. So I went to re-up. I'm sorry. I went to enlist for the first time, and he told me I was like 2 weeks shy of being legal birthday, of the birth date, whatever that was. So he still put me through the motions, and he knew my story of being on the streets. And he put me up. He sent me from Tucson to Phoenix for my ABFAB test. But I couldn't take my ABFAB test until I was of legal age. And he put me up in that hotel so I wouldn't live on the streets. This freaking recruiter did that. So there I stayed in Phoenix, in a Phoenix motel for 2 weeks until I was able to take my ASVAB test. Took my ASVAB test, passed it, and before I can blink, it was like 2 in the morning, and I'm pulling into where is it? Fort Jackson, South Carolina, 2-3 in the morning on a freaking cattle bus. It was that quick. One of the best experiences of my life. I've learned so much, and so many of the mistakes I've made, I'll never make again. And it is what it is. We all have our stories, right? That's my story. Spectacular. Thank you, Overtax. Yeah, we were all volunteers. Tanner Strombo. That sounds like a freaking Stromboli. It sounds like a dish or something. Doing a great job. Thank you, Tanner. I appreciate it. Nightmare at another overtaxed taxpayer. Are you going to get any NFTs? If so, will you make a video on how to get them, on getting them? I never considered getting an NFT, but I will look into them. And if I do, I will make a video. I did mention I did sell some cryptos to pay off some debt and buy some silver in the beginning of this video. I now know how to sell cryptos. It was a bitch. It was kind of It was kind of easy once I figured it out. But it is what it is. So I made investment in cryptos. It paid off. I bought some silver and paid some debt. What more can one ask for, right? Mr. Gas, good afternoon, sir. William Ridge, listening while I work. Awesome. I hope it's not where I work, and I hope you're not HR, because I'm in trouble. You're getting really close to that 20K sub. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, no, you're talking to Mark. Oh, okay. Well, I am too. Oh, here. The truth is, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. That's true. That's true also. They can honestly take the cryptos away electronically. I have no doubt of that. But they can also take this cash away by devaluing it, right? Lord Humongous, I agree again with you. Boy, we're on a roll. I would like to go back over a Federal Reserve note also. What he means by that for you new folks, cash. I agree with that. Hold 2,000 cash in one hand and 1 ounce of gold. Which one is worth more in 2-3 years? I agree. Spin Cycle, greetings from San Antonio, Texas. You know, I kind of liked San Antonio, at least the Riverwalk section. Texas is actually kind of nice. I kind of like Texas. It's one of my moving options. I might. Where is it? What's the city right by Corpus Christi? Anyway, I might. It's either South Carolina, Florida, or Texas. I might move to. I don't want to die here in Tucson. Not that I plan on dying anytime soon. Fun in Israel. Excuse me. There are roughly a total of 2 ounces of silver in every Tesla. Look at solar panels, weaponry, electronics. Silver is depleted metal. Silver is a depleted metal. Kesef equals silver and money, double meaning in Hebrew. Awesome. That's true. Tesla I thought Tesla would have had more than 2 ounces though, but that. Imperfect citizen. So pushback on goldback appeal. You yourself just pointed out how the masses are well programmed to appreciate the bill aesthetic. From a stacker's perspective, I agree though. Yeah, from a stacking perspective, I mean, the goldback looks pretty. It really does. It is what it is. It doesn't strike home for me. It doesn't have the weight. It doesn't have that feel. You know what I mean? Talk to your local coin shop about that. See how enthused they are. They're the professionals. Ask them. 1/20th ounce goldback versus 1/20th ounce gold coin. You'll get your answer. And that's a good way to figure out how you want to stack, is what others are willing to buy. So it does no good to stack what others do not hold value in, right? Because this coin right here, if nobody likes it, nobody on the earth values this, then it really truly has no value. It only becomes valuable when other people find it valuable. I don't know if that makes any sense. The same thing with gold. Would you stack gold if nobody found it valuable? No, you wouldn't. So go to your local coin shops. See what they like to buy. See what they like to think of certain things. They may tell you a whole different thing than I do. Today, New York said they will give $100 to every child that takes the vaccine. Crazy. Why the hard push for this? You got to think about this. Why are they pushing so hard for this? Is it the mark of the beast? You got to wonder. Lord Humongous, face diapers are submission of slaves. We're all slaves. I think that's the new American flag. I know a lot of young people, and they said they will not take the jab. I hope not. I hope not. And I also think it's demographics, right? In certain parts of the United States, people are more educated than others, more conservative than other regions. So I also think I can only gauge my area. I live in Tucson, Arizona. It's a bunch of lowlifes, in my opinion. Not all, but most of them are lowlifes. Most of them are liberals. Most of them are, I say most of the kids are being raised by single parents. So it's a demographic thing also, how people behave. And again, spectacular. I agree with you. It should be a choice. But people are getting their backs up against the wall. Because it's not just about taking the jab anymore, is it? Well, then quit your job, they're saying. Well, that's not easy. Because if you quit your job, you're living on the streets because you'll get kicked out of your apartment or your house, right? They'll come for your car, right? You won't be able to go grocery shopping, right? So it's just not, you just can't tell somebody, well, then quit your job. If you're a real man, quit your job. It's a very difficult decision because you're all tied into debt. It's slavery. And that's how they hook you. They tie you into debt. Yeah, Steve, I see your comment about going after parents and the conservative journalists now. And I think that's why I'm saying the war is here. The war is not overseas. The war is not in Afghanistan no more. That's their war. Let them take care of the wars in their various countries. It's here now. DD214, what did I say? Did I say, oh yeah, it is the DD214. I still have that to this day, by the way. I have my release form shows honorable discharge. I'm just reading some of the, when I go quiet, I'm reading the comments. Okay. You have to have 20 years in before you turn 55 years old, the best I can recall. Yeah, but when I went, I thought it was 40. This is maybe, I don't know. I don't recall. I'm just so old I can't remember anymore. He said, no, you're too old. Marking 101, don't know what that means. Let's go, Brandon. Do a giveaway. That AR looks nice. So you want me to give away the AR-15, right? With the EOTech, I'm sorry, not EOTech scope, fishing reel. It's a Shimano fishing reel. When I served, I was in rapid deployment. I took immunization for illnesses I never heard of. The diphtheria, whooping cough. Yeah, I remember going down the hallway. When I went in, again, I was at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I think it was like the first day. I got my uniform, got my head shaved. They told me to walk down a long hallway with a bunch of doors. As I walked down a door, there was a man or a doctor or whomever with a freaking vaccine gun. I just kept going down the hallway. Bam, bam, walk down and pass another doorway. Bam, bam, just keep walking down the hallways. Bam, 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 bam. I must have gotten like 6 shots that day. But that was my own choice. Okay? It was my own choice. And after I got that shot, or those shots, I wasn't told I had to put on a mask anyhow. There's a difference of what's going on here. Why are you telling me I must take the shot if you have so much confidence in the shot? But you don't have confidence because now you're telling me I must wear a mask? Something does not add up. Yeah, Fort Jackson was a good place. Spin cycle, appreciate it. And then I was stationed at, for my medical training, I was stationed at Fort Sam Houston. That was another excellent base. And at the time, and I said at the time, if you were off duty, you can walk around base holding an open beer bottle, drinking. At the time, it was considered, around the nation, it was called basically the party base. It was called the party base. Back in the day, I was drinking a little bit. I was drunk half the time on my time off. But yeah, I went to Fort Sam. I went to Fort Fitzsimmons. I've been to a few bases where I served. Some good times. So again, Yak, I don't tell people what I do for a living. I don't disclose how big my silver and gold stack is. There's some things that I keep private. I have a decent and honest job. I pay about 40% federal and state taxes combined so the illegal aliens can get free stuff. There's certain things I just don't disclose because then people who have bad intentions could look up those companies and then trace me down and maybe contact my boss saying that, hey, they'll put that company in the news if they don't fire me. And it's happened to other YouTubers, you know. So I just don't do that. It's a small startup company, so it's a good place. Ned Flanders. Hey, how you doing, sir? Who else is here? Roan Wood in the house. Josh C. Josh C. I don't want their poison jab, but I don't want to lose my job either. So it's a decision. It's a really tough decision. And that's just not fair. And I believe if you're forced to take the jab for your work, when this is all said and done with, I think there should be lawsuits and you should join the union in your company or whatever groups that might support a group lawsuit. So yeah, overtax, the streets give you an edge. You're from New York City, right? That's correct. They do give me an edge. I was born in Brooklyn off of Nostrand Avenue and X Street. Nostrand and Next. And I was raised in the Bronx, 1616 Walton Avenue, by the Grand Concourse and Jerome Avenue. So I lived in the Bronx for a lot of my life. And yeah, it does give you an edge. It kind of gives anybody who lives in the city kind of gets that Spider-Man sense. It's called street smart. You kind of, you know how to handle yourself in certain situations. And yeah, it does give you a slight edge. Yeah, I am from New York. I am from New York originally. Over here. I'm in a good place, old enough to retire, but out of debt. Awesome. Cancel bubble. How long were you in the Army? What did you do while you were in and stationed? Anywhere really liked? I was in Fort Sam. I loved the Texas area. I stayed a little up in Colorado for a while at Fort Fitzsimmons. You know, let's just put it this way. Again, I don't like to hand out personal information. I was in a medical field of a particular discipline. So again, I don't hand out too much personal information. I served my 8 years there and I really enjoyed it. Being in the military was one of the best things I ever done as a young adult. It actually saved my life. Cancel bubble. Thank you so much. Diverty Enskudung. I can't pronounce that. Hello from Germany. Thank you so much, Diverty. I'll just call you Diverty. No insult intended. Yeah, they used the guns, the vaccine guns. They had a big, thick vial. Enough to shoot 50 people, and they probably had to reload. It was... NC Farmer, thank you so much, sir, for being here. I live base a town called Mackenbach. Awesome. Boot camp stunk. You know, boot camp while you were going through it stunk. But after you got out, you were like looking back and you know, it wasn't too bad. I remember when I got out of boot camp and I was being sent to AIT. So I took my boot camp at Fort Jackson. Then I was shipped for medical training over at Fort Sam Houston. It was good. And after it stunk until, and actually I started liking boot camp while I was actually in boot camp. It just took a while for the body to get conditioned and strong. Because you go in there, you're weak, you're like jelly, you're freaking, what's a push-up? What's a sit-up? And after a while, you get, you know, all the miles of hiking and running and loaded up, doing runs. You get strong, and then after a while, it becomes routine. You feel good. I enjoyed it after a while. At first, I did not like it. But looking back, I think it was some of the best times of my life. I loved bivouacking. For those who have never been in the military, bivouacking is just a military style of camping. I loved it. I freaking loved it. I love roughing it. I love getting dirty. I love freaking fire, you know, cooking over fire and building fires. And I love that shit. I'm just trying to read some of the things. Boot camp stunk. I live off base. Over here, that's cool. I am writing you from Fort Sam right now. Holy crap. I work here now as a civilian. Spend cycle. Awesome, man. Hopefully you take some pictures of maybe some of the barrack areas and whatnot. I can't remember the layout of Fort Sam. And you got to remember, I was at Fort Sam in the late 80s, so I'm sure the layouts have changed. So, but take some pictures. Shoot me an email with some pictures in my Gmail account that's listed in all my video descriptions. You can Just pop up any video in my emails there, but shoot me a few pictures of it. I appreciate it. I remember there was a public swimming pool that we would all get drunk and then we'd go hang out at the swimming pool and look at girls. You know, it was cool times. Fort Sam, awesome, man. Fort Knox, I remember those gunshots. Yep. Butch, Michael, just stopped by. Crazy world. Who else is here? Why did you leave the Army if it was such a good experience? You know, that's a good question. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm doing my Joe Biden impression. Because I went in as a little teenager, right? And while you're in there, it's the only thing you know. And you know outside those gates there's a new world out there, a world. And you haven't lived it yet because your first job was the military, pretty much. And you want to carry on with your life. You want to see what's outside those gates. So your 8 years is up. And what do? You go get a job. You get a job in a hospital or whatnot, and fucking working for companies suck and your bosses suck, and you really learn the real way, and you have to pay your bills and your apartment and your electricity and your water and all that stuff. You're like looking around, shit, I wish I was in the military because they were doing all this for me. That's why I left, because I wanted to experience what real life was outside of the protection of the military, so to speak. And yes, they covered your rent and whatnot and your bills and whatnot, and they fed you. All you needed to do is go to the mess hall and whatnot. But there's something inside of me that wanted to do it myself and see what it was like with a real job. I didn't like it. It sucked. I went in. I went to go re-up. They said no. I was stuck out, and I made good. I got a good job right now. I still don't like it. It doesn't mean I failed. But that's why I left the military. Because going in at a young age, you wonder what life is like on the outside of the base. Right? At a young age. I hope that answers your question. Good question. I appreciate good questions like that. Cancel Bubble. Thank you so much. Got to run 12-hour shift. Calling me. Thanks for the show. I wish I could stick around. God bless. Thank you, Mr. Gas and Gas. Cancel Bubble. Thank you very much. Very good question. So, yeah, the military, for me, it was a lot of stress relief. I didn't have to worry about the rent. And at that time, I was in the barracks, so I didn't have my own base housing or anything like that. I just stayed in the barracks. I was single. What do I need a freaking base housing for? Wanted food? Go to the mess hall. Even the gym was free, I think, if I recall correctly. Everything was free, pretty much. They paid the electric because you're in the damn barracks. But something inside me wanted to experience what it was like to be a freaking man also. Not that people that are in the military are not a man, but I was a kid going in. I wanted to experience what life was like, having a real job. This is what I'm trying to articulate. Michael Hatzinkolis, are you Greek? That last name looks Greek, and I know I did not pronounce that right, but the last Kolis, are you Greek? Looks Greek. Wes, hello, go Digibyte. Jerry, De Niro, do you own any shirts that don't say Under Armour on them? I actually do, quite a few of them. But on my days off, I wear, T-shirts, and the bulk of my T-shirts are Under Armour. I will, Justin, I will try to do my next live stream in a shirt. Maybe I'll do a Harley Davidson shirt for you next time. Lord Humongous, thank you so much. Yeah, I was. GI issued. Definitely. Anyway, folks, I exceeded 1 hour. I'm going on 1 hour and 11 minutes. I think we all have better things to do than just listening to my freaking nappy ass. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go, what motivates you to do your YouTube channel? I'm making $1 billion a day doing this channel. Actually, it's $1,500,000, about $1.5 million. $1 million. We'll just round it. I'm making $1 million, so I feel motivated. It's definitely not the money. What it is, actually, in all sincerity, is I see a lot of shit out there in the world, and I used to think that I'm the only one with these conservative values. I'm the only one that sees the corruption. Am I? And I felt alone and nobody to vent to, so to speak. Venting might not be the right word, but nobody to... Anyhow, I started a YouTube channel, and Lord and behold, a lot of people felt the same way I did. They saw the corruption. They saw what I was feeling. And it just, for me, it was a community. It was a way of venting. It was a way of sharing information. It was a way of me kind of learning. I learned. Did you know? I have a nice silver and gold stack. But I didn't know shit about silver and gold until I got my YouTube channel. By looking at other subscribers' channels, I learned about silver. I learned about what gold was. I'm talking real silver bars, real gold bars, real money. So that knowledge went both ways. It wasn't that I was given knowledge, because I was receiving just as much. I probably received more knowledge than I gave. So that's all it was. Who else? Butch Michael, you should be sponsored by them. I don't know who them is. I hope it's not the Biden campaign. Ned Flanders, you are not alone. We are here with you. Anyway, folks, I appreciate your time again. If you would just give me a thumbs up, let me know how I'm doing to gauge myself to better, to improve. So you all take care. I'm going to go, and I don't know what I'm going to freaking do. I really don't know. I'll probably just jump in the jacuzzi. I don't know. Maybe I'll just sit on the couch in my underwear, watch television. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just go to the gym or something.